Welcome to Structured Change. Today's episode, we're going to explore the terms data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. These four terms are often used interchangeably, and as a change practitioner, when we're engaging either in the change or the modification of a system, a business system, an IT system, a quality system, for instance, and we're looking at records, or the term knowledge management. This episode is intended to simplify these four terms. So let's consider four levels of information or data. At the bottom level, the base level, we have data. Now, data really is simply defined as a record of a transaction. Whether it's on paper or whether it's in an IT system, data is simply that, evidence of a transaction. And it's often, you would expect, would be time-stamped or referred to by when it was recorded and by whom. The next level up the hierarchy we refer to information. Now, information ideally is data constructed into a way in which we can make a decision or understand something in context. It really refers to the what. Moving further up the hierarchy, we explore knowledge, and knowledge really relates to how a human being replays both insight and experience in conjunction with information. It really could be a tradesman understanding the application of information, and through that insight experience knows things must be done in a certain sequence. So it really concentrates on the how. And at the top of the hierarchy, we have wisdom, which really is the culmination of knowledge, information, and data. And it's very predictive, but from the other hierarchy, which we'll talk about in these podcast series, it really refers to the why. So playing that back in simplistic terms, wisdom is really regarding almost why we're doing something, and it's very futuristic in its intent. Knowledge, we're considering how something is done, and we're drawing upon insight and experience. Information is really defining the what and something placed in context with the culmination of underlying data. And finally, data itself being the record of a transaction. Why this is important when we are in any change assignment, because often people will say, oh, where's the information for this? Well, we need to ensure that information really is a wrapper around data to give something context. If people are talking about show me the data, well, really, you can look at the data all you like, but in relational databases, data is so disparate and spread across multiple tables, it wouldn't make sense to many people. Data also gets into the field of normalization, or what we call first, second, third, fourth, or fifth data normalization. I'm not going to talk about that in this podcast, but I want you all to be comfortable when you are in a discussion with someone that understanding whether it's data, information, knowledge, or wisdom, this mental picture will help you articulate what you're trying to do, move information or knowledge transfer around an organization, but to be considerate that when you're up at the top looking at wisdom, wisdom relies on everything below it, knowledge, information, and data. Knowledge relies on the human being, but it also relies on things below it, such as information and data. Information, again, relies on data, and data relies on a system or a process in which evidence is recorded against a transaction.